Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. It's podcast day. It's a Wednesday night. And we're going to get going here. We got, actually, I feel like a decent amount to talk about. Some big things to discuss on the My Little Pony side.
Yeah.
That being said, before we get too far into this, next time we're going to be doing our podcast. Usually this show is on Wednesdays. But just a heads up that our next show is actually going to be on the Thursday, 2 weeks from now and a day. So that would be July 16th, I think?
Yes.
Thank you. So, just for that week, we're going to be sliding over to Thursday. I have something up on Wednesday. So, yeah. Cool. We're going to be doing food posts very soon, so if you want to submit that, hashtag SPPFoods on Twitter. But first off, let's introduce the fine people that are joining us here today. PaleoSteno.
Hi.
Saberspark.
Hi.
Toodles.
Hello.
That didn't sound like
Hi.
Paleo. Hi. and I'm ACRacebest. Welcome in. Thank you for joining us, everybody. As mentioned to the folks during our pre-stream, we actually already have a super chat from Sadistic Spirit asking, is Brony's React series finale bonus still coming? The answer is actually yes. I've had this, it's been edited. I need to hit upload. Yeah, it's just with a lot going on. It's not so much that I forgot. There were a couple things in flux that I was figuring out with some other kind of side stuff that affected whether or not I had posted it sooner. But yes, I'm going to be posting that bonus. Who knows, maybe even like sometime in the next 2 weeks. So probably in the next week. Maybe even this week.
Yeah.
Maybe even like right now. No. But yeah, so do expect that. The bonus will be coming. Thank you for asking. It's got obviously insight in regards to the last Brony's React and yeah, a whole bunch of fun. And obviously Brony's React is already I've already gotten a bunch of the questions hitting me up about, hello, Pony Life is out. Where's Brony's React? So, yeah, we'll hit that topic up a little bit later. That all being said, Sarah.
Yeah.
Do we got food?
We have some food posts for anybody who has not done this before. Generally, we like for you to take a picture of whatever you're eating during or before the podcast.
Yeah.
And send it to us on Twitter using the hashtag SPPFoods. I'm going to bring it up on the screen. Hold on. I'm doing it.
She's doing it.
Right there.
She's done it.
There's that. That's our Twitter handle with our hashtags that we use for the Semi-Perfect Podcast regularly. Hashtag SPPFoods is what you would use to submit your food posts.
I was laughing because...
people...
What was that, Saber?
So what have people been eating?
We've got to find out. Let's see. We have a submission here from Anime Guy 01. Says, I got nothing now, but I did have some Baconator Pringles earlier and loving Animal Crossing New Horizons for the small bit I've played so far.
Hey, I like Animal Crossing.
I like bacon, so...
Glad you're enjoying it, Anime Guy.
Baconator?
Baconator.
Wendy's Baconator Pringles?
Damn.
Has science gone too far?
No.
No?
No.
Okay, Sarah
Sounds
approves.
really good. Are they good, Anime Guy? They sound really good. Alright,
Let's
we've
go.
got,
Running. Look at his slammy, stupid long legs.
we've got Nathaniel Foga. Made myself a chicken parm sandwich with provolone cheese. That looks really good, too. Damn.
Yeah, no, there's some legit food we have showing up right now.
All of our listeners are eating really good food.
Well, I hope so. I hope so. I mean, you got to treat yourself. You got to eat the good stuff.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Next up, we have Taylor. Says, evening, Semi-Perfect Podcast crew. Hope you all are doing well. Having some salad and pizza rolls for the podcast tonight.
Nice.
That is an extremely nutritious meal you have there with your
I like
salad.
how it's all just in a circle.
Yeah, no, I was going to say Chef Ramsay would approve of that presentation on that plate. Be like, wow, this is immaculate. We got Fritz Roll.
It says, hey, semi-perfect pod, can't make it tonight. Having fun at game night in the BatchCon server with my mini snacks. Hope you're all doing well. Awesome. Got Oreo minis, Pringles, a little Pringle box, Smart Water, playing some Fibbage. That's fun.
Okay, so I gotta know
Uh-huh.
from everybody here in the podcast, what are your opinions? Like, where do Pringles stack up for you guys?
Well, I
You
haven't.
stack up.
It,
What they do.
It's a pun.
stack up so the other ones.
Like how? Like are they a good chip to like? In your opinion, is it a chip that you like? Is it a chip that you're like, eh?
It's good to measure, like, okay, how much do I want to feel bad today? With how many you take out.
There is I never got into Pringles. Not regular Pringles.
Uh-huh.
I got into like, I think it was
The pizza flavored ones are really good.
Are they? I think the sour cream and onion ones are the ones that I liked.
Mm.
I think they had
Yeah.
sour cream.
I
and
think
onion.
that's the ones that I used to eat before I couldn't eat them anymore. So.
Oh god, that's always such a sad story.
No, it's fine. I have other chips that I like to eat, that aren't Pringles.
Until we take those away from you next.
No.
All right.
I used to get those salt and vinegar Pringles, and I would lick the salt and vinegar off of them, and then put the chips back in the container. And my family would be like, "We bought the normal kind again. These ones aren't salt and vinegary."
Oh God.
See, but that's
Ew.
smart. That's smart, Saber, because you.
Yeah, I'm helping them. I'm trying to keep their blood pressure low.
Right. If anything, then like
Keep yours
you're.
up.
Yeah, you're not. You're not taking in the carbs. Like, that's what I
No.
do with half of the food Sarah and I eat. I lick it.
You lick the salt off.
Yeah. And then I put the chips
Smart.
back in the
Good
bag for Sarah to eat. We got Nora
You're
Mermaid.
good. You're one of those good hubbies. Lammy, stop running!
Miami's like tap dancing.
Christ.
Nora Mermaid says, "Que pasa, semi-perfect pod? Enjoying some fries from Mickey D's." And for a second, I was like, Mickey D's. And I'm like thinking, like, I haven't heard of that place before. Until I said it out loud. I went, oh, duh.
McDonald's.
Yeah.
Are you stupid?
Yes. After when I see the word Mickey or the name Mickey, I immediately am like, oh yeah, like Disney.
Mickey's D.
After being on the beach all day and washing it down with some water from one of my new mugs, love you and miss you guys. Hugs, says Nora.
That's a BronyCon mug.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
That's a Stein.
Stein.
We got Shockwave, SPP Foods, starting off 4th of July weekend strong with a Bud Light.
So since it's mentioned there, I was laughing earlier because Twitter has it trending right now.
Yeah.
Where it says the 4th of July will be very different this year for many Americans due to COVID, and I'm like, yeah, just the 4th of July. Like
Just
that's
4th
the
of
only
July.
specific date that's been really gonna be different for us up to this point.
Oh.
Obvious headline is obvious.
We got Seafoam. This is my dinner because it's decriminalized in my state, and it's like, I think it's weed with a bong or whatever.
Oh, it is.
That's oregano.
That's how I like to have my oregano
It's
as
a
well.
very colorful bong.
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 What do you want?
I don't do drugs, as you can tell.
Actually, it's not that obvious to me.
Do you not know what a bong is?
Well,
Sarah?
I didn't know
Wow,
if it was
Sarah,
a hookah or a
read a
bong.
book. Oh,
No, I
Mary.
didn't know if it was one of the two things.
For the record, I'm trying to remember. Oh, I think it was I don't know. One of the games we were playing actually had a bong,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, it's a hookah. And then I'm like, wait a minute. That's right idea,
Yeah.
wrong contraption.
Yeah. That seems to be it for poop.
Pood.
Pood first.
Sarah's on drugs, guys.
Poop post.
Poop post.
Poop posts. Please
Show us
don't
your
submit
poop.
those.
Just check right here. Oh, wait.
We want to see your recent bowel movement.
We reread those at the end of the podcast.
We did get one
The
from
poop code post is the podcast.
Kabari Art Fellow says, I already ate dinner, but here's what I'm snacking on at the moment. Got a Propel, Gatorade, and Kit Kat Duo's mint dark chocolate. Ooh.
Oh, those sound good.
Yeah. Sounds
Mint
pretty good.
dark
All
chocolate.
right, let's just make sure that we didn't miss any.
Mmm.
All right, looks like we got them.
We have a super chat. By the way, if you're unfamiliar with super chat, it's a good way to jump right into the conversation here on the Semi Perfect Podcast. Anime Guy is asking, y'all ready for Winnie City PonyCon this weekend? Of which my heart did momentarily stop, and I went, what? And then I'm like, oh, right. Winnie City PonyCon, for those that don't know, is hosting an online convention. This was supposed to be the weekend that we were all going to be seeing each other and having fun. But Winnie City is doing everything they can to put together a fun weekend for everybody still, despite the fact that we can't all get together. So, yeah, I have all the faith that it's going to be a good event for everybody. Unfortunately, I had a work thing come up, so I'm not going to be able to be there for it. But yeah, props and shout out to, of course, Charlie and all his team with Winnie City. I know Vivid over there working real hard on stuff, but all of the people with Winnie City PonyCon have always been fantastic to us, and we certainly cannot wait to see them in person. But for the time being, let's hold it over with an online convention. Sweet. I'm telling you guys, I've committed. I'm gonna just go and watch every single vlog I've ever done in order, because I miss everybody. By the way, Hirosashii's in the house. Hi, Hiro.
Or is he?
Hero.
Hi. Here.
He gone.
He's there. Just trust us. I'm sure Hiro will show up any moment. But
it's any moment.
hi, Hiro.
Hello, I was getting orange juice. Sorry.
You know, I will never be mad at you for getting orange juice.
Thank you.
Yeah. I haven't had orange juice in a long time.
Yeah.
It feels
You're
like
not missing anything.
no.
What?
Orange juice
You
is
love
good.
orange.
I'm been happy to announce that I have grown up. I've become a man. I no longer drink juice.
Yeah, I've moved on to chocolate milk myself. A man's drink.
I got my chocolate milk and my cheeseburger.
Chicken fries.
I've had a good day. I've earned this.
Damn it! Now I want cheeseburgers, fries, and chocolate milk.
They've-
Damn it!
Oh man.
Shit.
So Sarah, we have ourselves, like I said, quite a bit to discuss. But
Yeah.
what we usually like to do is catch up with everybody. Since Hiro just got here, Hiro, how have your last 2 weeks been?
They've been good. Thank you.
Good.
That's it.
Oh,
I haven't watched Pony Life yet.
Oh no.
I was supposed to watch some. How many are there now?
4,
7.
7. Wait, are you
4?
serious?
Yeah, just 4.
Oh.
10.
Shit.
Yeah, I'll have to get on those. It's because I suck at watching things when I'm not watching with somebody else.
Mm.
It's so hard to watch things. So
If it makes
even
you.
ponies, even ponies. When Pony was out, I love ponies. Even then, it was like, oh, no one's watching it. Whatever.
Well, cool. Like you said, that's it. Paleo, how have your last 2 weeks been?
All right. Been watching a lot of stuff with Saber.
Mhm.
Oh, that's me.
Yeah.
You.
Because the new Adventure Time special came out. I watched that. It's featuring BMO, and that was a lot of fun.
Cool.
And just yesterday, the We Bare Bears movie came out, and so did the Studio Trigger anime, B&A.
Mm.
Oh.
And you
Big nasty ass.
Ooh. And you have a couple videos that have come out. I saw your review of the We Bare Bears is out, so you got some stuff on your channel.
I just posted that out today, and last Friday I posted out a review on the Adventure Time special.
Nice. So if you guys haven't seen it, go check that out. Anything else?
No, not
Cool.
really.
All right. Saberspark. Have you been?
What do you want?
How have you been the last 2 weeks?
I'm fine, staying busy, doing videos and hanging with friends and having a good time watching things.
Dang, videos.
Driving back and forth between here and Nova Scotia. No,
That's a long way.
Like the announcer from Korra. That's it.
Are you mocking me?
Yeah, yes, that is what I am doing.
Why?
I don't know, Saber. Sometimes it makes me feel good to be superior.
You feeling tough right now? You feeling good about yourself?
It's-
Do you feel good about the tear running down my cheek right now?
oh my god, is that a brony tear? Just
No, give me that one back. It's mine. I've been well. I've been going up to see Laura. She's gonna be moving here soon, and then Paleo's visiting, and then I'm been a lot busier than I expected, but pleasantly, delightfully, erratically so. I was gonna say erotically, but erratically slipped out. I'm sorry, but
We knew what you meant.
yeah, I'm doing fine.
Cool. Very good. Sarah, what have you been up to the last 2 weeks?
Going back to work, and just playing video games when I'm not working.
Yeah?
Yeah, we finished The Last of Us. Gonna move on to the second game. I'm excited.
Yep.
I'm excited.
We got that going. And yeah, as far as I go, the biggest change in the last 2 weeks is that I am back physically at work.
Mm-hmm.
So that's happening. Also just continuing. Nora just sent a super chat saying, go to your rooms, by the way. As you got to separate. But yeah, other than that, like Sarah, I've been doing a lot of video games on top of work, and yeah, it's good to be back at work in that kind of scenario. A lot of us, it wasn't just me. I was like, I wonder if this is just a me thing, but a lot of my coworkers were like, man, that was actually kind of nice working from home.
Yeah.
In that sense, like I'm somebody who, despite how like, I guess, extroverted I am,
Mhm.
I also don't mind being alone in that kind of setting where it's just like, it's just me.
Yeah.
And here's my task.
No
Get it done.
managers looming over my shoulder.
So yeah, no, I mean it was nice, and yeah, I know that everyone's like, maybe they'll implement this into part of the schedule. I don't know, maybe, but yeah, it's at least good, you know, that bit of return to normalcy. Not necessarily something that it's like, oh, I really miss walking into work, but it's just kind of that, like, hopefully, obviously, I know like, people could talk all day about where the virus is right now, but you know, it's just hopefully we get everything under control and get to see more things kind of get back to that more normal feel. So that said, good to have you all here for the podcast. I'm now hungry because I've seen everyone's food.
Yeah.
Now, Hiro, you mentioned that you haven't yet seen Pony Life. Paleo and Saber, have you guys seen Pony Life?
Yes.
Sadly.
Have you seen all the episodes that have come out so far?
Yep.
I'm waiting for Sabers, sadly. Hero, I imagine that you're gonna probably be avoiding spoilers. So, I mean, I don't know if that's something we want to jump into now, the pony life stuff.
We could.
Lammy.
Lammy's excited.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm coming down there. I'm gonna kill
So
him.
excited. So excited about pony life.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Wow.
I'll mute. Just let me know when I can unmute.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Oh,
There he is.
get me some jerky.
Lammy, shut the fuck up. Shut up!
This is too good. We can't leave this.
We all had a sugar rush today. We went in the park and ran around and got ice cream.
Jax Blade just sent in a super chat saying we could have been eating these the whole time.
Let's see.
Could have, would have, and should have, Jax.
I'm gonna do some editing on the fly.
Oh yeah.
I gotta just add a spoilers. Ahoy!
Oh yeah. So we're gonna make it clear once we get into the actual discussion itself. But yeah, Pony Life. We're gonna discuss a little bit about it. And Sarah's putting her spoiler screen together. And
I'm done. I've got it.
oh, you're already done.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And this is a screen that I've made before. I just added spoilers to it.
Great. But yeah. Yeah.
Alright. Do we want to jump into that?
We can.
All right.
I don't know if Saber's back yet.
Oh, okay. Here, I'll just go back to the
Saber,
screen.
you going back to your pose?
I am. I'm just waiting for Lammy to finish eating, so we can
Okay.
just drool on the couch.
Okay.
Paleo, you want to talk about the Adventure Time special?
Hang on.
Yeah, Paleo.
Old dumb dog. Yeah, you.
I want to talk about what now?
The Adventure Time special with BMO?
Oh. I mean, yeah, that's yeah, it focused on Pimo, and it's a very fun special. Like it was a good like return to, I guess, that familiar Adventure Time universe.
Mhm.
Because I don't want to really talk about it too much to like spoil anything.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Because it has some very like interesting creatures and stuff in it. It's neat. Yeah, just go watch my video. I made a video
Okay.
on it.
Cool.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go watch Paleo's video, everybody.
We just got a super
Yeah,
chat. Oh, go on.
I said Saber's going back to the desk now.
Oh no.
I am.
We got a super chat from C.284 asking, who's pre-ordering the Ghostbusters MLP crossover figure, Plasmane?
Oh, I forgot. We talked about that a while ago, and I didn't know what it actually looked like. Do we Plasmane? Do we know what it looks like now?
Well, there you are. It's first link. Let's check it out. Check it out.
Oh my god. Wait, let me see if I can open
Who
this
you gonna call?
image.
Pony.
Oh god.
It's so small.
so small. Wait, hold on. I can do this. Alright, well, we'll just...
Sarah's gonna share the screen.
Yeah, there's Plasmane right there. My Little Pony crossover collection, Ghostbusters, Plasmane.
I'm gonna be honest.
Kind of like a pinkish pony with green hair.
When I read Plasmane, I honestly thought that was like the company that made it.
Mhm.
I'm like, oh yeah, Plasmane's newest figure, and then I'm like, oh duh, it's the name of the pony.
When the
Why
city
does her eye look like it's supposed to be higher up?
because it probably should be. That's funny. When the
Brain
city of
power.
Manhattan is overrun with ghost plasma and ain't no scaredy pony, she saddles up on the Ecto wagon and gears up for an adventure.
An adventure, just like Bilbo Baggins.
Nice. So does that
Right.
mean the I guess that means maybe the Transformer one is also a thing? Let's see.
Oh, now Sarah's shopping.
Well, I don't know.
What did you say?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Here. I don't know what that one's called. Oh wait, there it is.
Whoa.
All that. Getting to it.
Whoa.
Getting to it. Get.
You clicked
on.
the wrong button.
Why isn't it on this site? Let's see.
Sarah.
Ah,
Sarah.
I'm trying to find it on the Hasbro.
There's a search.
Okay. Yes, there is.
She's typing. I like how when you type Transformer, the Ghostbuster pony is the only thing that popped up.
My Little Prime. Okay, hold on. Wait.
My
My
little.
Prime.
Are you sure this is the same
Uh-oh.
company that made it?
I thought so. I mean, who else has the license to make My Little
Just
Pony
click
toys?
that button.
All right, I'll just click.
Just keep clicking it. There you
Okay,
go. Just
there
do
we go.
that. Share that.
All right, there it is.
That is one hardcore looking pony.
Yeah.
So this is My Little Prime.
Mm-hmm.
What's the name of the pony?
My Little Prime.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. That's all I know is My Little Prime.
My Little Primo.
Cool.
Okay, sweet. So that doesn't quite do it, but I was gonna say it leads us into our conversation about pony life. So Sarah, if you'd like to, what are you
Hold on.
finding
Hold
now?
on, I found a Power Ranger.
I told
one.
you she's
I
shopping, guys.
found the Power Ranger one. That's cute. It's like
You like that
it's
one?
the pink Power Ranger pony.
Yeah.
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 All right, I'm done.
All right. If only we were sponsored by Hasbro. So, Pony Life. So the way this is going to work is we're going to put up a spoiler screen here for anybody that is watching but doesn't want to get spoiled on Pony Life, which I imagine we're going to discuss the first. What do you think?
I think we'll probably like not go like.
What a year ago?
He muted himself because he doesn't want spoilers for the My Little Pony. I think
Understood.
maybe we don't go like episode by episode, but more like broader like.
Broader strokes for now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you know, being like you know, you can if you have specifics like or specific episodes that you liked, you can
Yeah.
bring it up. And
Okay,
stuff like
so what we're going to do is, just in case, we are going to put up a spoiler screen. So we're mostly going to be talking kind of in general, but if spoilers do come up, spoilers do come up. So if you want to avoid spoilers for sure for Pony Life, when this screen goes down, you know that you're good to unmute the podcast if you're here watching live. So we will have that up. As soon as this goes down, you do not have to worry about any form of spoilers coming from us. So
Yeah.
that's it. Sarah, you have the screen up?
Yeah.
So from this point forward, folks, we are going to be discussing Pony Life.
Yeah.
And yeah. So that being said, I guess we'll segue into it here.
I'll just say the titles of the episodes. There's Princess Probs, Best of the Worst, Cupocalypse Meow, and How Applejack Got Her Hat Back. The Golden Book, basically.
Yeah.
It's such a funny title.
So, all right. So, I guess the question on the table is, what do you guys think of Pony Life so far?
It's a thing.
Yeah.
It's a thing. Well, that's our discussion on Pony Life. So, yeah, we'll catch you next
Okay, dude.
Saber, what do you think?
I didn't love it. At the same time I didn't hate it. It's just not what I like. I mean, G4 was already pretty bad to begin with, so G4.5 is No, I mean they just kind of throw you into 4.5, and it's like whatever. Like when Pale and I were watching, we're like, oh, I guess Fluttershy can grow different sizes. Okay, I mean it's very hyperactive, LOL, fast-paced humor, and it's supposed to be quirky and bouncy and off the walls, and it's a couple of good one-liners here and there, but this kind of tone, I'm just kind of like, like it's okay, never okay.
It did get one thing right.
Yeah.
In the
Go
best
for
of the worst, like Dishwater Swath was like, well, are you at the best at being the worst? And he asked that to Rainbow Dash, who is obviously the worst pony. So
Oh.
Yeah, I knew this was coming. I knew this was not gonna. Yeah, whatever. I was pleasantly surprised because I went into this with like really no expectations, I guess. Like I was just like, I guess we'll see what they're gonna do. I find its differences from Generation 4 to be interesting. Like there's stuff that I don't even know if they plan on explaining that seems like I'm like, man, I could really use an explanation here. And if they don't offer an explanation, I'm like, okay. But well, yeah, because essentially the show has like this tie-in with potions that seems to be like a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I wonder when they're gonna explain this. And then like
Yeah.
4 episodes in, they haven't. And I don't know if it's just one of those things where it's like it's just gonna be obvious enough. I guess.
I don't know. I mean, like,
I think it's just
the
I think it's
gimmick.
part of the toy tie-in.
Yeah,
because like
it's-
that's a big part of the toys. There's like potions on the toys and stuff.
Yeah, that's the toy gimmick. Therefore, they gotta put it in the show somewhere.
Someone's like, I
Who
know.
knew that this show was based on a toy franchise? What the heck?
How dare they? But as far as like the animation goes, and like obviously it's condensed more because the stories themselves are about 10 minutes. I actually wasn't disappointed. Like I was like, I feel like it had a solid enough start. Obviously, it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea, especially with the way it differs from Generation 4 and that 22-minute episode style. And like Saber said, I do agree that this is a much more hyperactive like show. But I don't know. I feel like what's going on actually has worked for me. So, yeah. What do you think, Sarah?
I have enjoyed it. I really, yeah, I like it. It's cute. It's funny. I don't have any qualms with it so far. I've thoroughly enjoyed my viewing experience of Ponylife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, as far as, like we said, they're 4 episodes in. One thing that was kind of interesting, because obviously, as far as I can tell, on the production side of this show, it is, new company, new people, it's a new breath into the franchise of My Little Pony. But the connection there between Gen 4 and this is the voice actors. And I like that they at least went to that length to have the same VAs. I don't know. It just feels like a nice bridge to have there for some recognized. I don't know how I would feel if they were also all different VAs. Like I feel like at that point I'd be like, now it feels weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think with whenever Gen 5 comes, that's going to be like completely different characters.
Yeah.
Which it should be.
Right. At that point, it's like, as opposed to having, here comes Applejack. Well, I mean, who knows what characters we're going to have, but it's like, oh, Applejack, but now voiced by The Rock. And it's like, but that sounds different. Oh.
I want to be played by The Rock.
One thing that was interesting about this that I felt is worth discussing is Kathy Westlock actually posted something, and this was, I saw her post the video, but Sarah and I didn't actually watch the episodes until last night. That she doesn't spoik.
She didn't
Shit.
spoik anymore.
She doesn't spoik Spike. She doesn't voice Spike. in this, and she posted a video just kind of letting people know that it was a decision of her own, and yeah. So I mean, like on that sense, like that's I guess one of the that would probably be the biggest change I would imagine, at least up to this point with episodes.
We know why she dropped out.
You mean based on her video that she posted?
I mean, was it just her being like, "I'm moving on," or is it?
The way that she explained it was, it's kind of a merge between moving on and, it felt so. Essentially, what she said was that she felt like what Generation 4 was. She felt like that was a good place for her as Spike to be tied up. You know, it's like, okay,
That's fair.
yeah, and but she did add at the end. She did say that this isn't her saying that if the opportunity did come up in the future that she wouldn't voice Spike. So I think that for her though, like she was like, no, that was a good run. Yeah, she said that it was all her decision. So it's not like, you know, she was necessarily pushed out of the role or anything, but yeah, that was her reasoning for it. So
Okay, word.
yeah. What do you guys think of the like the animation style?
Very pink.
It is pretty pink, yeah.
Very, very, very pink. I don't like the style. The little baby horses look like aliens. I hate them.
Yeah, they do look a
Yeah,
little
like
weird.
it's like gumball.
They look so
Weird.
small.
Yeah, they're like super tiny. They're like
They
hamsters.
look so. They're not good with expressions. They look very soulless. Whatever.
The backgrounds and like props and stuff are very, very loose,
Yeah.
like compared to the characters.
That's something that I've like, at least up to this point, I've actually been like, oh, that's different, and not in a bad way to me.
Yeah.
Like I'm just, because it's like the very undetailed stylized, but at the same time it's like thrown in there. Like it's not like it's just like there's nothing in the background. It's just like squiggly line and kind of looking house and whatnot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, again, like this is gonna have its differences. Do we know how many episodes they plan on making of Pony Life?
I don't know, but one thing I wanted to bring up was the fact that these episodes are posted or they act like they're in parts, even though they're 11-minute segments. And
That's weird.
Because because it's only aired in Canada at the moment, and they air in like 22-minute segments with 11-minute segments each. But those segments are also split into like 5-minute segments, of like part 1 and part 2, and I think that's because this is originally supposed to be like a web cartoon.
Yeah.
Originally, like for YouTube, for the YouTube channel, and they just haven't posted it on there yet. So they're just airing it in Canada at the moment.
It's also the show is made in Ireland.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, oh, Dublin. Look at that.
You know, I know the sentiment, like I think Jack said it, where it's like, okay, G4 is good, very good, unexpectedly good, so we can have ourselves a bit of a goof-off session with this. But like, yeah, it's just a very big change of tone, lots of hyperactive, crazy energy. I'd rather them try something different than trying to replicate something and half-ass it. So, like, I'm okay. There's some moments where I'm like, okay, it's kind of funny. Like, there's a few one-liners. But, like, I still think these characters are very... I mean, like, Apple... did you watch the Applejack episode?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With her hat?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did she seem like Applejack to you guys, or just like some other character? I don't know. There's something about the way Applejack was written that kind of just threw me off. Where I was like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know.
That one is my least favorite of the episodes released so far, and I think when we finished that episode, I turned to Jeffrey and I was like, I still don't think they don't know how to write Applejack episodes.
I mean, Applejack did have the worst episodes of
They don't know how to write. The only one who I think they know how to write so far, funny enough, is Rainbow Dash. It's only been a few episodes though, and I guess Pinkie Pie, but because Pinkie Pie is very hyperactive, so she fits with the tone of the show.
Yeah.
Fluttershy being all quiet, but now she's like, Fluttershy was so quiet, nice. It's like, okay. And then Twilight being the nervous, Nelly, hyperactive, over anxious kind of person. But Rainbow, I actually think she's the best one on the show so far.
Yeah.
Rarity just screams and falls over.
Can I get a soundbite recording of that one, please? No, I have again. It's to me, it's some of the shaking up that they've done, like with Fluttershy, is something that I've enjoyed actually so far in this. Is because like we know, again, we've had what 9 years worth of, or 10 years worth of Fluttershy doing her thing. And it's like, okay, yeah, that's Fluttershy. And then, I don't know, like, the contrast to me in this show, I don't know, I found it endearing, I guess. Like, I found it enjoyable that it's like, that's weird to hear, like, Fluttershy noise. Like, so, I mean...
At least it's different. You know,
Yeah.
at least it's different. If it's the same old, then it's derivative. Then it's like,
Just
what's the point?
replace Fluttershy with Buttershy.
No,
Who's that? Who's Buttershy?
That was in the
The,
episode.
like, the
Remember
hipster
the cat was hanging
Fluttershy
out with the
replacement.
butter? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that cat was so annoying. I did not like that character. That wasn't fun antagonizing. That was just annoying antagonizing.
yeah, like, basically, like, every cat ever.
Laura's gonna slap you.
Cats suck.
What did you think of Dishwater Swath? The
Slog.
dirty smug
Yeah.
pony.
Dishwater slug. Such a weird dude. I don't understand.
You know what's weird is that I found him. How did I'm trying to remember how I said this to you.
You love to hate him or something like that?
Yeah, he was someone that I was like, I love to hate him in the sense that I don't know. There's some I felt so recognizable. Like I'm pretty sure I've dealt with people like this who are like, oh yeah, you think I'm the worst? Well, at least I'm better at being the worst than you are at being the worst. And you're just like, what are you trying to justify? Shut up! Like, stop it. He had
Well, Paleo, you made an observation about like how the title cards are pretty cool looking.
Yeah. Yeah, I do like the title cards.
Yeah.
Like,
Because
I'm sorry.
the G4
I say one nice thing about the show and everything just drops. Never mind.
No, I was curious to hear because Sarah and I also have made
We
note
laughed
about that.
out loud so hard to the second Applejack one. Oh my god, where it's just like a real horse, you know, with her hair.
Yeah.
It was so
With the
good.
tear.
Yeah, it was so good, and we're just like, what the heck is up with these title cards?
I
But in
think-
the good way, where it's just like it was so
Yeah.
funny.
I think another thing that at least helps me with these is that because the episodes are so short, they feel even like more harmless.
Yeah.
Less harmless? More harmless. Why am I
They're
struggling with this
harmless.
grammar? They're more harmless, less harmless. More harmless. I can't talk. They just don't feel like they carry as much weight because it's like if it is an episode like the like you said, like Applejack's episode, it's like this one's not working for me, but it also being half the length of a normal episode, it's just like, okay, that one's gone, all done.
Next.
But yeah.
To go back to the art style, I actually really enjoy it. I think it's cute. Yeah. Well, I enjoy it. And I think the animation, honestly, like, it's a different style, but I think the animation has not really been stepped down too much. Like, I feel like it's maybe just one notch slower than the actual other, like, Generation 4. It's just, the art style is so different that I think sometimes people can confuse art style for, like, animation quality, But, I don't know. I think both have been pretty solid so far for what it is. It's been pretty good. I enjoy pony life. I'm all about it.
Like I said, I think the thing for me is that going it because I didn't watch. This is the first really that I've even I think that I've even been exposed. Maybe I saw a trailer at some point. I don't even remember. I've just been avoiding everything going into this, so I've had no expectations, and I feel like because of that, it's, you know, I don't know if it necessarily has helped my opinion of the show, but I've just been like, okay, all right, this is a thing. And like we said, like the beauty of this is it is separated from Generation 4, so even if it wasn't good, or even if you don't like it, it's not like, oh, this affects Generation 4. It's like, no, whatever. Mm-hmm. So, but I do think that this is going to be one of those things that you're going to have the people that are like cool, and then there's going to be people that are just like, not my thing. And obviously, as we discussed earlier, I don't know how many episodes they plan on making of this, but so far I've been totally fine with it. Like it's I haven't had any bigger complaints than I've had with certain episodes of Generation 4 to this point. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, this just seems like it's something to tide over until whatever they have planned for Generation 5 is released.
Yeah. I like Rainbow Dash's new hair.
Yeah,
it suits her a lot better, I think. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm
just trying to think of anything else. I do feel like Twilight of all the ponies right now is
kind of like taking, like, she's there hasn't been much of her.
They're like, we've seen enough of her in Generation 4. Just make her the background pony now. Did you then there was Celestia.
Yeah, we had a Celestia. Like, she's as small as everybody else. She has to sit in a big chair, a high chair, to feel Lord all over the ponies.
But yeah, is there any other comments you guys have in regards to pony life?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Me neither. I just think it's just a thing.
It's a thing. All right, cool. Well, that being said, I guess we can tie up this bit of conversation here.
Someone want to let Hero know it's safe to come back?
It's safe, Hero. It's safe.
You're safe now.
You're safe now.
Yeah.
You can rest now, Hero. All right.
All right.
What else did you have on the docket?
Really, I did not have much of anything else.
Cool.
If we wanted to just kind of
have fun in Q&A?
Yeah.
Well, let's do it. Let's do it.
All right.
Well, so at this point, we're going to be opening up Q&A. As a reminder, if you'd like to have your question prioritized, you can go through the super chat option on YouTube. Also, if you'd like to submit a question through Twitter, hashtag SPP questions. And yeah, well, we always like the interesting, weird, whatever. We'll go through and answer and have some fun.
I have you.
Hi. Did you get more orange juice?
Okay.
Missy's in the house, sir!
Missy says, wish I could share my screen. Race's watermark makes it look like Applejack on the spoiler screen has him as a cutie mark. I did notice that. I was like,
Missy, thank you so much.
Thank you, Missy.
As always, thank you. I am. Wait, so that means that I am Applejack's special talent?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nice. Yeah. Nice. That's right. Take that, everybody. I've made my way into the show. Do you have a question, sir?
I do. From Bitter Melon. It's been a while. I was wondering, with all the stress of quarantine, do you have any tips for not feeling guilty about being productive or pushing yourself too hard and being kind with yourself?
Oh.
Well.
Nope.
Well,
no, kidding.
I don't know, man. Like, I know it can be, like, I've definitely struggled with the motivation to do things like art, even though I have, like, I had all that time when, we were, furloughed. where I'm just like, I don't really feel like it. But like, yeah, I just kind of filled it with video games, I guess. We started our channel, and so therefore we made ourselves busy in that sense, where we're like, well, let's just, you know, dive in on this thing. But, you know, I think it's important to, like, not try to push yourself too much to be like, oh, I've got all this time, like, I gotta fill it with something. Like, you know, you just take it easy. I don't know, just, you know, don't stress out too much about, like, oh, I should be doing this and this because I have the time for it now. Like, you know, just give yourself some time to breathe.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I noticed something interesting for myself is that a lot of things that I was getting done during or just before the quarantine, I was going through and saving a bunch of old tapes and transferring them, making them digital. I actually like stopped a lot of the side projects that I was doing once quarantine hit.
Yeah.
And obviously, like, we kept busy with the video game channel, but like there were still times that I could have just had that stuff going, and for some reason it just felt like that stuff lost my motivation at the time. It was like, eh. And then funny enough, almost the moment I got back to work, as you noticed, I was back transferring tapes and stuff. I don't know why that worked out in my head that way, but yeah, I do think it's just a matter of, like, you know, I'm sure, like, for me, I've always been someone to try and fill time in general, and whether that's me putting, like, one thing I do that makes me feel productive sometimes, and this is going to sound weird maybe to everybody, is that I'll set a lot of movies on our box to record, but I'll set too many, and then if I don't watch them, the box fills up and it starts deleting old movies. And so it's like my way of forcing myself to watch movies is that I record too many, and then I get mad because I'm like, there's 8 movies that are recording today. I don't know if that even really answers the question, but don't worry about it. Like, yeah, there was actually another question that was there as well that was kind of related to art burnout from Bittermelon.
Yeah, Bittermelon says, specifically for me, how do you manage to manage art burnout, staying motivated to keep art fun for yourself? As an incoming animation student, I'm struggling with pressure to do everything I can to learn while in quarantine, but art has become a lot less personal. I might not be the best person to ask this question because I'm struggling with that myself currently. Just kind of having a bit of burnout and trouble staying motivated as well, but I'm just taking it a day at a time. I've got a couple of projects that I've been working on, and sometimes I can kind of procrastinate, and then I'm like, oh, I should probably do this, and then I work on it for like hours on end, and then I kind of burn myself out a little more that way. But yeah, I'm still struggling with that too, but I would just say just try not to worry too much about cramming everything. Like, you know, this time of quarantine was probably a perfect time for me to pick up 3D modeling for myself, like teaching myself how to do that. I ain't done that shit at all. I haven't even picked it up because I just, you know, I'm just like, man, I just can't right now. I don't know. I'm sorry that I can't really answer that question, but all I can say is to give my own support of being like, I feel that. Keep going. You got this.
Norm,
What was
the question again?
So the question was about burnout. How do you? The question was, how do you manage art burnout / staying motivated to keep art fun for yourself? And I guess to extend it to anybody else, just in general burnout, staying motivated with your projects, because I know, like, with video work, it can happen the same way. And yeah, I don't know if you guys have anything you'd like to add to that.
You know what gets me really fired up? Failing. I mean that. Like, nothing gets me more motivated than having a bad video performance. It just gets me so fucking fired up. Like, actually, one of my biggest problems is when I get too comfortable. And, like, and again, everybody's different. Every individual has their different ways of coping and recharging and how they want to roll out their efforts. For myself, like for example, I only have about like I'd say 4 hours of being effective in the morning, and after that, it's just a sharp decline for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's an ADD thing or what, but like I notice that in the morning I'm on point. I'm ready to go, only for 4 hours, and after that it's like it's lunchtime, and I'm like, yeah, I'm tired. So you have to be kind to yourself. You have to learn how to know yourself, understand how you work, how you recharge. And also, above all else, you're human. You know, you're allowed to screw up and you're allowed to take a break. You know, at the same time, like also don't petrify yourself. Don't freeze yourself where you're just doing work or you're not doing any work. Because if you're trying to start work, I'd say just do baby steps. Like just sit down and start drawing. That's it. Don't even have to like be a crazy big project. Just start drawing something. That's how I write. As I trick myself into it, where I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna write the intro paragraph, and it's like, oh, okay, I just wrote 4 pages, and it's like, sweet, we're good.
I've noticed for myself too that sometimes when I feel like if I do get into this mindset of worrying about, oh, I'm not doing enough, like, oh, I have this project I need to work on or whatever. I feel like that sometimes is the biggest thing that holds the brakes down. Is that like it almost makes me be like, oh, but there's so much to do, and it actually like it can work to unmotivate me and then only have everything else pile up even more. So you know, I agree with, you know, just getting some stuff done. Just take it in small bites, and then you might end up doing more than you even realize. And, oh, okay, here we are. So
I love breaking down projects into smaller like segments. If you're looking at like an entire project as like, okay, just start and finish, and it's like, what the hell? No, like break it down to segments and conceptualizing it, rough drawings or rough like scripts or whatever. Like, yeah, break it down. That helps a lot. Makes it a lot more easy to approach it.
Yep. We have a super chat here from Nora Mermaid asking, what should I do on the beach tomorrow? I'll do anything, within reason, of course. I love you, Laura, and the one who isn't here. PanamaMatt, obviously.
PanamaMatt. Wear a mask.
I was going to say social distance. Have fun 6 feet apart. I just imagined somebody wearing like one of those like paper masks, but like diving into the ocean, waterboarding themselves. Just so good.
Jesus.
But yeah, stay safe. I mean, obviously, that's our biggest thing is like, take care of yourself, be safe.
Stay safe out there, gamers.
And catch a shark. That's my request, Nora. With your bare hands, just catch a shark.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even remember what the beach looks like at this point. It's the one with the snow?
No, it's the one with the sand.
Sand. It'll come to me.
It's that grainy stuff. It's in your shoe all the time.
Do you have any recommendations for Nora? What to do at the beach? You love the beach.
I'm not a.
You're a beach person.
I'm not a water person necessarily. I don't know. Just enjoy yourself.
Take it easy.
Yeah.
Yep. Just have
What
some.
take?
David 3X has sent us a super chat asking if you choose one. Oh, here we go. Oh yeah. If you choose one Disney princess to win a battle royale, who would win?
Kita from Atlanta. Atlantis.
From the sunken city of Atlanta.
The lost world.
That was funny.
I'm gonna go with Moana. She has the ocean on her side.
Yeah.
That's not. No. We have to differentiate this. If she has ocean powers, then she wins. But if it's just Moana, let's just say that, just Moana.
I think just Moana could also be a good contender. Yeah. She's Pretty
I'd
tough.
say.
Wait, couldn't Rapunzel just continuously heal herself?
Yes.
Well, is
Well,
this
not if
is
it's a
this
kill
pre
shot.
or post Rapunzel? Is this long hair Rapunzel or short hair Rapunzel?
She's good with a frying pan.
Wait,
A lot of people think
I
she's
guess-
good with her feet.
I guess Elsa wouldn't count because she's the queen.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, she's not a princess.
And she can't count either. Well, shoot. I say Princess Vanellope. She just run them over with a car.
There you go. Yeah, Princess. Princess. Does Mulan count as a princess? Cool.
No.
Yes. No.
No.
She doesn't really. Like, she's on the princess lineup. If we want to go, like, with the toy line, yeah, she's on there.
Okay, but she's not a princess, so she doesn't count.
No, she's not. I don't know what person came up with that. That's just marketing.
Mm. So.
It pushes this man-child off.
I'm gonna not say what everyone's expecting me to say, and then get in an argument about how Judy Hopps is in fact a princess.
She's not.
I know.
She never will be.
She's Nick's princess.
No.
Oh. Fine. God. Snow White.
Yeah.
She's badass.
Sure.
She could kill people with her voice.
Yeah. Yeah, she'll sing at a high enough frequency to just explode people's heads.
All right. Who did Hero say? Did Hero have a someone to
I have no one. I have been thinking this entire time. Like, I don't know.
Freaking Hero. C.284 with a super chat.
It's not like Disney princess. She's a lioness, and she just whatever.
Oh, okay.
princess.
Yeah, I give it.
That worked.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. I don't know why I didn't just assume that was his answer. C.284 with a super chat asking, "What's your favorite
Beverage.
vagina? What's your favorite beverage to stay hydrated with?"
I like vitamin water.
Vagina.
Vitamin water.
Yeah. I think that's
I
what
mean, I
mostly
take
pick
water. Just water for me
Yeah.
is good.
Water is a thing.
Honestly,
Yeah.
What was
nothing. Nothing really beats water.
Like, water is the ultimate
does.
hydrating drink.
When I go to the track, because otherwise, like
the dog track.
I drink water all the time, but there's something nice about having like a Gatorade after I've run around the track, the dog track,
Thank you.
in the hot heat, just being like Gatorade. But
Yeah.
then, but I will say,
Gatorade is good.
well, I was gonna say it hydrates me, but I will say that I usually need a water to wash it down because Gatorade also makes me thirsty. So.
Well, that's really proof that Gatorade's not doing its job. It makes me thirsty.
No, but like water is. I don't know. Like, I think water is pretty boring. Don't get me wrong, but like, man, when you are less like absurdly thirsty and probably like hot and sweating after like playing a sport, and somebody gives you some ice cold, oh my god, it's so fucking good.
Yeah.
Same thing as like at
Or
conventions.
it's like 3 a.m. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, I was just gonna say at conventions, like sometimes like there's nothing better than turning around and seeing the water jug right there and being like,
The water, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
were you saying something, Saber?
I was just saying, like, shut up, Paleo. Paleo,
Rude.
stop it. Rude. But like 2 in the morning or 3 in the morning, you wake up and you get that like dry mouth, and you're like,
Yeah.
and you're like, okay, I just need some water. You just go. I can go back to sleep.
You make that
now.
noise like they make in Pony Life.
You're right.
You know, this actually reminds me, so I'm going to tangent a little bit. Still talking about drinks, specifically water. When I was younger, if I was having something to drink in the morning, it was either chocolate milk or juice. And I actually struggled. I used to struggle drinking water in the morning. Does anyone else relate to this? That like it was hard for me to drink water, not because like I don't like the taste. Like it felt like it wasn't going down right.
I don't think I can relate.
I can't relate. I'm sorry.
Wow,
I mean, put your water in your cereal.
that's true. I should have done that. Okay, just me then.
No, actually, I agree with you. Actually, I know where you're coming from. Where it's like it almost seems like your body's not quite ready for it yet. Like I need
Yeah.
something to shock the system,
Right.
and then I can do some water. Like when I get to the school or get to work or I'm in the car, I'll have some water. But like,
I need some chocolate milk first.
I
Or
think
maybe it's just like a
boy
habit
with
thing where.
Chucky Lucky.
Like I don't like waking up. Like let's go back to the convention scenario.
Just end the sentence right there.
I don't like waking up.
But like if I wake up and there's a water bottle next to my like bed, like I don't want it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh wait, when you wake up? No. For me, when I wake up in the morning, getting water is fine. Like right when I wake up to hydrate. But like for breakfast though, having water with like a breakfast meal, no thank you.
Gotcha. All right.
Now let's be real here. Right after sex, that water is fucking nectar of the gods.
I agree.
Oh, that's right. Kids watch this show. Sorry.
Chocolate milk.
Sorry, Jack's Blade,
Nora Mermaid with another super chat saying, "I'm at the beach for work, not fun. Give me stuff to do."
Well, maybe it sounds like you need to do your work.
Oh wow! No, that's not how work works,
Wait,
Sarah.
what do you do, Nora, that you're working at the beach?
What beach are you at?
Yeah.
I mean, don't give us like too much detail since this is a public.
dig for clams like an Animal Crossing.
I thought you said dick for clams. I'm like, excuse me?
Like you said, dick for clams like an animal. I was like, Jesus.
You gotta stick it into the sand and see if you get a bite.
Collect some seashells and make like a little picture frame with it. I don't know.
Get
For clams.
saltwater taffy. Go find some and get it and eat it, because that stuff's good.
Yeah.
Do you like saltwater
Shut
taffy?
up.
I have not tried it.
It probably has dairy.
Yeah.
I'm
I
just
don't know.
guessing.
It probably has like something in it that I probably can't have.
You just assume you can't eat anything.
Oh, I mean, it's safer to assume that.
Let's see here. Shadewalker sent us a super chat asking, "Hey, Race and friends, just want to say how cool you guys are and that I'm sad to not be seeing you this ever-free Northwest." Let me just say, Shadewalker, we're also super bummed out, but we look forward to the next convention for sure. The question from Shadewalker is, pineapple on pizza, yay or nay?
Nope, not for me.
Nay.
Nah, not for me.
I don't prefer it, but I will eat it.
Like if that's the only pizza. That...
If somebody got like the Hawaiian pizza,
Yeah.
you know, I actually don't mind it so much.
Yeah. I'd probably be the
You
same
know.
way, but.
I picked a wonderful time to come in.
Hi, Matt.
Matt,
Because until Sarah said pizza, all I had was Race's line for context.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what I said. Putting it in my mouth.
I wouldn't
What?
I wouldn't prefer it, but I would eat it.
Matt, pineapple on pizza, yay or nay?
Sure. And anchovies. On the same pizza, even.
No.
Shut up.
Now you've crossed the line.
What's wrong with you? I won many people, and I lost them immediately. No,
Matt-
my ideal pizza, though, would be
Sorry, go on. Your ideal pizza?
salami, meatball, spinach, garlic, and red onion.
Fucking, that is 5 toppings too many. God damn.
Oh, are you one of those pizza purists that says like it's supposed to be 1 or 2?
But cheese.
I'm sorry. In fairness, I just left the office, so I may come out swinging. I'm sorry.
Well, fuck you, Hirosashii.
I like cheese pizza. That is what I like.
That is fair. And there is nothing.
I respect your pizza hustle with all the toppings. I just can't do it.
Oh man.
And sorry to completely derail the topic about pineapple, but what makes a good cheese pizza? Because I have had so many mediocre ones.
The pizza, I really am just gonna say it this way: the pizza has to be good. Like I don't know what else to.
I mean,
that really is it.
I see.
But yeah, I'm okay with pineapple on pizza.
Look, that cheese pizza. I brought my report card to the Chuck E. Cheese. I get a free token too.
Well, you can't bring it there anymore.
Oh,
You really can't go there. Until you have a child, you may not step foot into another.
No, it's bankrupt. It's gone.
Oh, is Chuck E. Cheese bankrupt?
Yeah.
Oh, really? I actually didn't know.
See,
that.
if only they let us adults in there, we could have helped keep them afloat with their good recycled pizza that they would serve us. Whatever.
More pizza.
Matt, I'm gonna actually circle back to another question that was asked earlier because I think I know the answer for you. Is what is your like ultimate drink choice to stay hydrated?
Oh,
It's coffee, isn't it?
I mean water.
Like if you're in 105-degree weather in your suit,
I should go for a hot coffee.
I want a hot
right
coffee
now.
right now.
Oh no, coffee is for breakfast. Like that is breakfast. It is a meal.
What? No, you used to
But as
drink
far
like
as staying hydrated, what?
you drank like 8 cups of coffee when we would have dinner.
Well, I know, but that's not
breakfast.
hydrating. It's dehydrating.
But you said coffee was for breakfast.
Like
It's
if
the
you,
opposite.
I drink water to stay hydrated, but like favorite recreational beverage, probably coffee.
Okay, so water is your answer.
Yeah, for staying hydrated, yeah.
Iced latte. Jack's played since super chat, saying cheese pizza is my favorite too. Extra cheese, light sauce, perfect crust, chef's kiss. Pineapple is though I'm allergic, but still
Yeah.
I mean, your response is probably your body's way of saying, "Stop eating this; it's going to kill you."
Pineapple's interesting, isn't it? Like it's like one of the strongest. It's a strong food.
Yeah.
It's just like for me, my issue with pineapple is like
Like you can't eat too much, or your mouth will start to like feel weird.
there's that, and then like it also like
I
attacks
have
you with
not
like
noticed
canker
that.
sores.
Yeah.
It's
It
like
gives you sores.
it's like a
What?
It's kind of a jerk food.
I mean, when you look at the exterior of it, it is all sorts of spicy.
It does not look like it was intended to be eaten. You know, someone was like, "That looks good." Cool.
We're like, I'm starving. I talked to Pelly about that. About like the first things that humans probably ever ate that was cooked was probably just something that died in a forest fire,
They're like, "Wow,
like pineapple.
like a dead pineapple."
Oh yes, Hawaii, known for its vast forests of pineapple.
When humans discovered a dead pizza with pineapple on the top of it in a forest fire, we were like, well,
It's a bug snack. It was a bug snack.
A dead pizza.
poachers.
Well, since we're talking about food and experiment, so to speak, Nathaniel Foga asking, what is the weirdest food combo you guys have made?
I mean, y'all heard the pineapple anchovy pizza thing, so
You were serious?
Bro.
yeah, it's good. The saltiness and the sweetness balance out really nicely, and that slight oiliness of the anchovies
Ugh.
brings it all together.
Do anchovies taste like
Yeah.
fishy olives?
A little bit. They taste like oily salt with bones.
That's
Oh,
cool,
no.
dude. I also like eating shit.
I know. I've seen you eat.
Oh!
Listen, the worst combo. I mean, I do stupid like pathetic fat man food combos where it's like 2 a.m. It's I'll take this bacon and I'll dip in a can of tomato sauce. Or something like that, like
Justified.
desperate.
See, you talk about that, and you even post people doing the same.
Mhm.
I just don't. Like, I just do not do that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm missing out on life's sweetest moments or something. I don't know. But
I mean, for every sweet moment there are about 5 or 10 others that you instantly regret.
I don't know, because I remember legitimately I was at PAX, that convention, and we were like going home, and there was a booth that had grilled cheese, and there was also another booth that had tomato sauce, and I got both of them. I was like, I want both of those, and I was like, it'd be a really bizarre, sick idea. What if I like dip the grilled cheese in the tomato sauce? I was like, this is brilliant. Has anyone ever thought of it? Turns out it's a really common thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the whole tomato soup and grilled cheese thing.
No one
yeah.
has ever talked about that meal in my life, but I told someone about it. They're like, that's really common. I was like, where? Where is that common? I've never
The
seen
answer is
it.
everywhere.
I've never seen it, man.
No, it's extraordinarily common.
I know.
That's great. I love it.
It's-
It was
it's
like,
It's
I'm a
almost like,
genius.
you know, peanut butter and chocolate would go good together. Who knew?
Man.
So I feel like I have two answers to this for weirdest combo. First off, I'll just get the obvious one out of the way. Vegemite with anything. I don't understand why people.
I've yet to try that. I'd like to try it.
It is just
Oh,
gnarly.
it's actually tasty? I thought it wasn't good.
You
He
mean
didn't. Jeffrey didn't like it.
No, I'm not saying it's good.
Oh. It's just a
I've
weird
heard
one.
your mileage will vary. You'll either like it or not.
Now, to be fair, I was told try a little bit, and I put half the can on my piece of bread because I'm.
Oh God,
Idiot.
Thank you.
because you
but-
don't half-ass anything.
But the people were like the Australians that I was there with were dipping like these really good like cookies that they had,
Yeah.
but they were dipping the cookies into the Vegemite. I'm like, that's sadistic. Like, what kind of Satan's food is this? As far as like the weirdest food combo I actually made, this goes back. For some reason it stands out to me. I was spending the night at Tommy's house way back in the day. Like we were probably like 12, I don't know. And we were going through his fridge. It was one of those like 3 a.m. fridge raids. And we're like, well, what do you got? And he's like, all right, I got barbecue sauce, I got tortillas, I have ham, I have Parmesan cheese, and I had shredded cheese. And we were just like, this sounds awesome.
It does.
Was it awesome?
It tasted like I thought it would, which is not awesome. it was just weird. It was just a bunch of combination of food, and the ham wasn't like, was it ham? Now I'm trying to think. I don't know, it was whatever it was. It wasn't something that you think like, oh yes, barbecue sauce on this.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, Parmesan cheese. It was all just weird. But we ate it, and we were like, I'm proud of myself. So, let's see here. What else do we got here? Taylor's got a question asking
You
for
had another super
everyone.
chat.
What's that?
I said you had another super chat
Oh.
after the Shea
After-
Walker one.
Let me see
After,
it here.
I see Jack's Blade.
I'm gonna look for it. 1 second.
Yeah.
We're double checking to make sure one didn't slip through. I read the Jack's Blade one.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yep, the pineapple ack. So Taylor's got a question here on Twitter, asking for everyone with physical cons not taking place this year. Do you often go back and watch old convention vlogs?
No, because that would make Race happy.
Nice.
Thanks, dude.
I mean, even when live conventions were still a thing, I'd go back and watch them, particularly if I was going back to that same convention.
Mhm.
Not to say that I'm building hype off nostalgia, but like, yeah, I'll still go back and watch the Everfree ones from time to time.
Nice.
I totally watch Race's videos. I'm just being silly.
I always go and rewatch the vlogs before, kind of like Matt said, before a convention, like when Winnie City was going to be coming up. I was starting to gear up to watch all of the previous Winnie City PonyCon years. Yeah, no, I mean, right now, I think I even said it near the beginning of this podcast. Like, right now, I'm, like, in the spot where I'm like, dude, I'm going to watch every convention vlog. And I did this, like, 2 years ago. Watched them all in order and actually made, like, a Excel sheet for them. To, I don't know. I was just like, I want to keep track of, like, which ones we did, which conventions at, or what panels at, and all this stuff. And now I'm, like, making the Excel sheet even bigger. So, yeah. Just I'm definitely gonna be going through and watching all of them. Such good memories. Just seriously, I love them.
Mm-hmm.
I love, and by them I'm not like trying to toot my own horn with the vlogs. I love seeing, you know, the interactions that we had, the friends we were with, the food that we ate.
Yeah.
It's also so much fun. I can't wait to get back to a physical convention.
Yeah, I hear you.
It'll be nice.
Oh man, it'll be good. It'll be very good.
I can hardly wait to get back to physical court.
Yeah.
It only for some reason, like what Matt said seemed weird to me at first.
Yeah.
Like, who wants to go to court? Oh.
Matt, how have your past 2 weeks been?
Yeah, Matt.
It's been 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. They've been good. I mean, I honestly can't tell you distinctly what's happened since the last podcast. All of COVID has become one incoherent blur in my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say that it was good. Business is good. I'm getting new clients, which is lovely. I took a bike ride for the first time in months.
Yeah.
Because I can again, and I didn't die, which was lovely.
Yay.
Wow, 2 good things.
I
Bikes
know,
and
right?
not dying.
So rare for me.
You know, it's funny actually because amongst the things, like, you know, I mentioned convention vlogs and then I plan on going back and watching them. The actual first thing that I'm going through and rewatching right now is actually the low budgets from season 1 and forward. And I just got by, I was just actually on Matt's first skid plate race that he did. Do you remember that race, Matt?
I vividly remember you telling me that this thing has no front bumper and it's just the radiator, so try not to hit a wall. And what do I do entering the track? Not gun it. Tail end goes south. I go right in the wall.
Actually, you reminded me that the race I'm referring to is actually your second one. The first one, you did have that happen. And the funny thing about that race is that in Matt's footage of his onboard camera, he had like the Beach Boys blasting on the radio. So
I had my own soundtrack, and I think I got him a copyright strike.
Yeah, you did. We we can't do anything with this footage. And it's a shame because after like you got stuck against the wall and then you couldn't get the car forward, and you just hear Matt like yelling, like, "Oh, come on!"
Yeah.
Tommy's mom loves that. Like, it's one of her favorite things. Like, she still quotes it to this day. "Oh, come on!"
Funny enough, I believe that was before the Sweetie Belle uttered it.
No. Hey.
So no pony related.
Remember My Little Pony? Friendship is Magic.
Yeah.
Well, you are right because I think that
was
race
that?
happened in 2011. So.
Yep. Yeah.
Wait, how long have you and Tommy been friends?
Tommy and I.
Oh, Tommy.
Tommy and I have been friends since forever. Like we knew each other. The way I describe this is that we knew each other before our brains knew that we knew each other.
Okay.
Yeah, because like we were at the track together. Our parents were taking us to the track and sitting together, and so we were playing with our Hot Wheel cars in the grandstands together, and it was just we always knew like, oh yeah, like we're that's why I pretty much say like we're practically brothers because I don't know. This is the okay. this is hard to explain, but there was a moment where I feel like consciousness actually happened. Because, like, I spent all that time with Tommy, but I can remember the first day that I knew he was my friend. If that makes any sense. Because I knew for years, like, I have photo evidence that he and I were hanging out, and I remember the stuff that we were doing underneath the grandstands. For some reason, we loved going down there and kicking trash around instead of actually watching the races. It took us some time.
That's what all kids do.
It took us some time to develop our racing appreciation. But, but I remember the day, like, my dad's like, hey, we're going to go to Tommy's house. And I was like, okay, I know Tommy, but it still was like that awkward first time meeting somebody, even though, like, throughout my whole life, it's like that freaking scene in, I can't believe I'm even saying this out loud. It's like that scene in Baby Geniuses where it's like you go from having your consciousness and then all of a sudden having like a new, oh, this is me becoming a child to adulthood, where like I don't know, I don't know even how to describe it or why it makes sense in my mind, but I remember going to his house and it felt like it was the first time I was meeting him. Like it was like I was actually like meeting him for the first time.
I mean, it's different, like visiting someone's house, like, you know, and hanging out with them there rather than like being like, oh, this is a person I meet every like week at the racetrack.
Yeah, but I just remember at that when I went to his house, I went, oh yes, this guy's gonna.
This wasn't the day he had an announcement to make, was it?
That was yeah. Tommy turns to me. I'm just gonna tell the story. He turns to me and he goes, I have an announcement to make. And I'm like, all right. And then he farted. And I thought it was the most brilliant thing my 5-year-old brain had ever like. I was like, that is genius. We're best friends for life.
Oh, please, my 35-year-old brain still thinks it's funny.
But yeah, I was watching Matt racing his. Matt didn't have a good run with skid plate cars. We gave him the shit of shit. Because he mentioned the car that he drove and crashed into the wall with no front bumper. But then after that, we put him in a car that like I think the throttle cable broke on it, so Matt literally couldn't drive faster than 3 miles per hour around the racetrack.
Oh yeah, that race where I got lapped like all the times.
Yeah. Yep. So
I did like racing the Sweetie Belle car after the auto soccer in the Enduro.
Oh, that's right. We did have you do that. So good times.
As I recall, Tommy was relatively impressed I can get a car to turn left that well for being so messed up with the wheel cam.
Yeah. Didn't you take Steph for a ride?
Yes.
Nice. I can't believe
took her for a couple of laps, and I can't believe she got in the car with me.
Yeah.
I can't believe she still gets in the car with me.
We're going for a drive. Let's see here. As far as questions go, looking through Twitter. Sorry, I'm reading it. Should I ask that one?
Yeah.
Okay, I hadn't read it through all the way. Ozial has a question here. It was a long question. This is real topic. With movies begin delay and don't know when indoor movie theaters would reopen, should studios have to either put on video on demand or they should put on drive-in movie theaters to get more people attention?
To be honest,
I mean, this could be the resurgence of a drive-in theater.
Yeah, why did they stop doing that?
The value of land, most likely.
I guess.
The funny thing is that because of the COVID stuff, Jurassic Park has come the #1 movie again.
What?
Really?
From 1993, because like drive-in theaters are playing it.
Oh.
Nice.
It's back. I remember watching Jurassic Park at a drive-in.
Yeah.
Back when.
I mean, what? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say back in the day when it came out. Wow.
Yeah.
Damn. We saw Zootopia at a drive-in.
Yes, we did.
What?
Yeah, we specifically went to a drive-in theater near Disneyland to watch Zootopia in a drive-in theater.
Wait, that's not the one over in Santa Fe Springs, is it?
No, we were. Funny enough, it was the day Tommy got engaged to Shayla. Yeah. We went from the beach over by LAX and drove. I'm trying to remember where we went.
I
But
don't know.
I'm
It
trying to
was
think where there's a
somewhere-
drive-in around here.
Yeah, like, it was near Huntington Beach.
yeah.
Like- 30-minute drive from Huntington.
Yeah, it was still a bit of a drive for us. So I don't think it's particularly close to you, Matt. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, for sure with movie theaters and all that good stuff.
I mean, most home entertainment centers are, large enough that you can get a similar movie experience. I don't think they should be forced to. I can see why they would want to, but I'd really like to see the drive-in theater make a comeback.
Yeah. I mean, some studios have already released their movies like on demand for, a price. Yes. But yeah, like that's already a thing that they've started doing, and I guess it might continue for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, movie theaters are like really close to reopening, they think.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay. I'm someone who's like, I'm ready. As long as everyone just plays by the rules, just all be good people. Let's see here. So I'm actually gonna bring up another topic because I forgot about this one.
Yeah.
So this is for everybody. Disney has announced that they're going to be retheming Splash Mountain
Oh yeah,
to
What?
Princess and the Frog.
Yeah, Princess and the Frog.
Okay.
So that's something. What do you think about that?
I don't
I feel-
necessarily mind it.
Go for it, Sarah.
Yeah, I don't really mind it. I don't feel like I have that much of a connection to Splash Mountain as it is right now. Like I'm not like so passionate about it where I'm just like, oh no, they shouldn't change it. I'm like, I hear Princess and Frog and I'm like, oh okay, yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Generally, retheming a ride or an attraction to me is one of those things of you're about to trounce on a lot of nostalgia and a lot of memories for people that have built up over time. And that's a lot of what Disney has in goodwill.
Mhm.
But when you think about Splash Mountain, Princess and the Frog would theme very well into it.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I think but it can be done very well.
Yeah.
I'm going to be very careful how I say this in the current climate and culture. I'm a little sad to see Song of the South no longer exist in the Disney, like Brer Rabbit and Brer Fox and all that. It was one of those anachronisms of the time for Disney.
Mhm.
No, let me find a better way to phrase that, but like, it's interesting that attraction has survived as long as it has. I kind of like that it has.
Kind of feels like an anomaly that it even
It does.
Like it's like really.
Yeah, it's like weird that it existed when like Disney just outright refused to release the movie itself.
Exactly.
Like,
And
It's like this movie doesn't exist, but let's make a ride for it.
Except- yes.
I don't know. It was,
So
it's weird.
seeing that transition, anytime an attraction transitions in theme, it's always something that you kind of wait on bated breath for.
Mm-hmm.
I like Guardians of the Galaxy. I like Twilight Zone Tower of Terror better, but the Guardians transition was not that bad.
Mhm.
And I hope that I'm glad to see the Princess and the Frog is getting an attraction.
Yeah.
I think when this came out, like the announcement, Sarah and I talked about it, and I think the thing I said is, even though I'm always someone very big like on the nostalgia side of stuff, I was like, I just like I feel like, I don't know if it's just because I've filmed going on that ride enough times and whatnot, but I'm like, to me, I don't feel like the current theme is going anywhere in my mind, so I'm not like, oh my gosh, this ruins it. Like, I'm just like, okay, bring it on. And then I've also joked with Sarah that, hey, if we ever really want to go back to its original theme, all we have to do is get on Left 4 Dead.
Load up the map.
Yeah. Yes. I will say it will be interesting to see how they do it, because swapping out characters is one thing, but creating a new experience with the exact same track
Yeah.
will be the challenge.
Mm-hmm.
I think it has potential.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Oh, it does.
Yeah, there's plenty of space like in there to just swap things out.
right.
I fully expect them to knock it out of the park.
I think that's the other side of it too. Is for me,
Hopefully
Splash.
they'll keep it inside the park.
Oh, wait, that's Pirates of the Caribbean that goes outside the park, or used to.
There you go.
It was It was. I was thinking because
Well
Haunted
played.
Mansion and Pirates always intermingle on that. So yeah, no, I think that's the other thing for me is that Splash Mountain. I feel like that's one of the few rides where the theming to me feels slightly secondary to the ride experience itself.
Mhm.
Kind of like I would say the same thing for like Incredicoaster. Like
Yeah.
I don't really feel like when they went, yeah, we themed it, that I went, wow, this really upped the experience. I went, no, I'd go on this because of the roller coaster.
Just the roller coaster.
Uh,
But now it's got Jack planted on it.
There is that concept image that was posted when the news came out that looked pretty neat. I was like, yeah, it would be interesting to have like the fireflies and everything with.
Oh,
within
yeah.
the tunnel.
Yeah, I think it'd be really pretty.
I saw some people saying how they're like, oh, it should have been Emperor's New Groove, and they
What?
they could pull the
What
lever.
now?
They could pull the lever.
Oh,
and then you
come
fall.
on.
Yeah, that's kind of funny, but like.
I get where they're coming from, but when you're right that close to New Orleans Square
Yeah.
and you don't do a Princess and the Frog thing, you've missed the opportunity.
Another thing I saw was people debating on what the name was going to be, and I guess like there's a thing going around where everyone's like, it's obvious, it's going to be called Princess and the Log.
Evangeline. Oh. Oh, please. They won't, but they should.
Honestly, if they don't,
Tiana transforms into the log and you ride her the entire
Oh my
time.
god.
Oh God, no.
I just like everything.
Imagine
said.
her face in the front of every log now.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a just interesting. That
I think there was like a synopsis of the ride that was written along with the news, and I didn't read all of it, but I think this ride actually takes place like after the events of the movie. And with that, I'm
so
kind
like
of
a
like
news story.
yeah, like it's I think them getting ready for like a Mardi Gras sort of party or something like that. I don't know. I didn't fully read it, but
Hey, I'm down
I'm
for
also
that.
like I really want Dr. Facilier to be in there
Yeah.
in some way. Like the whole blacklight area of
Yeah.
Splashlight Mountain that could like be redone to be like
Insane.
Yeah,
It could be
really
insane.
insane. I'm like, please.
Well, that's what I figured they were gonna do.
Facilier. Okay. I'm just,
Oh yeah,
I'm like,
nice.
No,
nice
I
and dark.
agree.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want Ray. That's what you want. Because
I
you
mean,
know if it's coming after.
well, he's gonna be dead.
There'll be a ceiling stomp on Ray.
You'll turn the corner and just behind you'll hear.
Oh.
Who brought the pesticide?
I just, he's gonna be the voice that's gonna introduce you into the ride.
Oh,
Mhm.
maybe, yeah.
His spirit will live on through
Yeah.
ride
That'd be good.
organization.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, I'll be curious. It's just one of those, like you said. Like I think I was much more like what about Tower of Terror, which is weird because I'm usually very much like no everything. I'm traditionalist with a lot of stuff, but for this I was like, sure, why not? Well, Sarah.
Is there...
Yeah, Matt.
Oh no, I was about to take it off on a tangent,
Bye.
as I'm wont to do.
Bye.
Is there any other attraction at Disneyland that you would consider re-theming?
Yes.
And if
Ooh.
so, what is the Zootopia ride?
Oh, he already called my shot. Toontown. Make it Zootopia Land.
Yes.
Bam. Fighting words.
And take it out, Gadget's Go Coaster for your Zootopia.
Yeah, no, heartbeat, no. That honestly, that could be, Little Rodentia, and
Yeah.
Gadget could live there, and we could find a way to shoehorn it in.
Is
She would live in Little Rodentia with all the other rescue rangers, and they could say no words whatsoever.
Yeah.
She'd be like, why didn't they say anything?
Gadget's Go Coaster is another one of those where it's just like, wow, I'm impressed of
That
how
it's
long
still here.
that you've lasted as a character from a Disney afternoon show that ended
Like
30 years ago.
Oh, I feel old now.
How about you just like get rid of Star Wars Land and make it Zootopia?
I'm okay with
Oh
that.
yes, that makes perfect financial sense.
Let's do that. No, let's do that. Let's do it. If you want Star Wars Land, go to Walt Disney World.
Do you remember when you had the hope that they would turn Bugs Land into
Zootopia? Yeah.
And now it's gonna be Marvel.
Which is stupid.
Stark Industries.
Sorry, I just think
I'm
it's
looking forward to
stupid.
see what they do.
It's just like it's stupid. It's like that's like okay, cool.
Wait, Bugs Land is gonna be what?
It's gonna be turned into the Avengers Academy sort of place, like where you can meet.
It's being developed. The signs on the walls currently say it's being developed by Stark Industries. If that gives you any idea.
I don't know. Maybe I'm. I sure do love my cartoons. I don't know. When I went to Disney World, I was like, man, I'm here for some Disney animated properties and like the rare like live action, maybe like Mary Poppins or something. Or like, who cares about that? Because Disney animated stuff. And now there's like, hey, do you want Star Wars? I'm like, no. Do you want Marvel? I'm like, no. I want Judy Hopps. Like, this is what I want. I want animated characters. I don't know. This is like that was the magic of Disney World and not Lands because I hadn't been there until 2018 or 17. I can't remember which one. But yeah, that was the magic of like Disney World to me. Is the world of Disney, and Disney at the time was just a whole lot of animation.
No,
I just saw these real people.
I'm in that boat. I am. Like, for me, like, no matter how much Disney's like, we own Marvel, I'm like, yes, but that doesn't make Marvel Disney.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Get rid of Indiana Jones and put in a Wander Over Yonder ride.
Hush.
No, we can keep Indy. You
I
don't
would not
touch
be
that.
good to Wander Over Yonder ride, but
No. Get rid of Indiana Jones and make it the Black Cauldron, and it's just you, and the car is still trying to run down that cookie guy as he's running around. Munchins and scrunchins and crunchins.
Why don't we run the parks? Like, we got ideas here.
The Buzz Lightyear ride, but with live ammo rounds.
water
It's
guns.
It's all DreamWorks. No, it's all unbought franchises and corporations from Disney. You have to buy them up.
That's a new idea for Disney Parks Monopoly Edition.
Right. We'll make Jungle Cruise a Titanic experience. You don't make it to the
Better
end.
pay attention to that lifeboat simulator or lifeboat introduction at the beginning.
Well, I mean, they did, like, Jungle Cruise did have boats sink recently, so, I mean...
They did.
They're ready.
That was a while ago, though.
Would it be a Leonardo DiCaprio, like, animatronic that just sinks and rises back out and sinks and rises back?
There'd be a lion next to him, and the natural line of the guide would be, there's the king of the jungle, and there's the king of the world.
Oh,
and you
that's
just
good.
sail right on by.
Oh, man. Yeah. So, Matt, to answer that question of yours, I think we're good to go. I think let's just change everything.
But you haven't. I mean, you haven't answered which one the Judy Hop the Zootopia ride would be.
Well, like I said, I've always been very protective of Toontown. Like, I know you're specifically asking about a ride, but like I would if they said, guys, we're getting rid of Toontown to put in Zootopia Land, I would actually be like, I accept that one. That's okay to me.
Yeah, I could see them retheming Roger Rabbit's ride to be a Zootopia. Like, you've already
Kind of
got
a
like
police
police
chase kind of
car,
thing.
you know, like already kind of like in a city
true.
setting.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, would that upset you? Roger Rabbit's your movie.
I'm okay with it. Like I go on
It's a
that ride
classic
maybe
ride, but-
once every 2 years. I feel like we don't ever go into Toontown.
We'll
like,
swap out one animated rabbit for another.
Yeah. I'm okay with it. Like Roger Rabbit's like my favorite movie, but at the same time, I'm not like super attached to the
No.
ride.
So would you retheme the gadget coaster, or would you replace it?
What's Saber got here?
The perfect ride. All right. All right. It's Pinocchio,
Uh-huh.
but it's us hanging out with Geppetto after Pinocchio leaves and just following him around the house.
Just
Watch him putter around.
just depressed Geppetto.
It's time for my 10 a.m. shit.
or something.
The car just stays there while he just stares.
Yeah.
Like while he's on the toilet.
I'm shitting logs. Get it?
You get splashed. You can't do anything. You can't get out of the car. You just get splashed by like his.
Oh,
Gross, dude.
Geppetto 4D.
Figaro, get the 2-ply.
Oh God.
Plywood or toilet paper? You need to specify here.
Yes.
Matt, you were just asking about the Gadget Go coaster, though.
Yeah.
You're asking if it was rethemed.
If it would be
Well,
everything.
would you retheme it, or would you get rid of it for the Zootopia land?
I'd probably get rid of it.
I think it could be a little rodentious sort of thing.
I mean, it could be. It could be. It's just it's such a small ride
Yeah.
that it's not something where I'm like, oh, they can't get rid of. Like,
Yeah.
the
No.
thing that never helps.
The main connection for you is the Rescue Rangers aspect of it.
Right. I mean, I will go on that ride. You know, it's just I feel like
for as small of a ride as it is, it's an amazingly well built coaster.
yeah. No, it is. And I'm always surprised every time you actually fit in the car.
Oh, I am too.
BW Rosas just sent us a super chat. Says race Zootopia beat Avengers at the box office with an exclamation point.
Well, of course it would. Race went
Did
to
it?
see it those 1,000 times.
$1 billion.
Oh.
So much
We
money.
need more money.
We need. We got to have money. Yeah, that's what we need. A Tom and Jerry movie ride at Disneyland. And it's just following the guy. It's following the little evil guy with the white coat, but like from the time he steals the ice cream bicycle.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I haven't watched
Yeah,
that.
you need to
Tom
bring
and Jerry
back-
movie.
Yeah.
You need to bring me back up to speed on
I
that
just
movie because I
haven't
don't remember an
watched
ice cream bicycle.
Yeah, so the guy who says we've got to have money. That's from the Tom and Jerry movie.
Well,
Yeah,
yes,
I
but
know.
what is this about a bicycle made of ice cream?
No, it's
Ice cream bicycle.
Isn't it what he steals, or is it like?
Or is it like a bicycle with the ice cream cart on the front?
What are you
Yeah,
talking
that's what
about?
it is.
Okay.
See, Saber's just as confused as we are.
No, we're talking about the Tom and Jerry movie. This is important. One of the best movies cinematically.
The only thing I know from that movie.
It's like-
is
it's like
we've
right
got
up there
to
with-
have money.
Tom and Jerry movie is like up there with Schindler's List. Like it's
Oh,
it's
God.
one of the
Oh wow!
most amazing movies ever made.
Jesus.
Tom and
Drunk
Jerry's
race
getting
your
a
home.
new movie soon.
Are they?
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a hybrid.
Oh.
All right, I'm looking forward to it then.
Before we all get in trouble, we should just wrap this up. With that said, a reminder for everybody that we will be back in 2 weeks. So we're still on schedule. We're just moving the podcast one day further. It'll be July 16th when we'll be back, Thursday. So we'll be posting about that. If you follow us on Twitter, you'll see all the good stuff in regards to that. Aside from that, we hope you all have a safe 2 weeks, and remember to, take care of yourself, take care of those around you, and we'll see you next time on the Semi-Perfect Podcast. You all have a good night.
Good ponies.
Good night, everybody.
Farewell.